How do you define psychedelic? Because I think, that term's thrown around a lot, but can we get specific for our audience?
Yeah. So psychedelics are medicines that can alter perception, mood, or understanding in ways that can lead to profound psychological insights, emotional healings, or spiritual like connections, but especially when done in an appropriate setting with intention. Because you mentioned earlier, like people are taking, these drugs to go out and party. So in my mind, sort of the difference between a party drug and a medicine is the intention, the setting, and the dose. Because these are dose dependent.
For sure. Could you just say that one more time slowly? I just want to break that down. Could you repeat that again? Just
and I jotted
slowly.
things down.
No, please.
Yeah. Okay. So they can alter perception.
Alter perception. So that's probably what most people realize. And what's the next one?
Mood.
Mood. It can alter your mood.
And understanding. And that's where we talk about stepping outside and seeing something.
So it's really interesting how, one of the things that's really interesting to me about the power of psychedelics is that specific thing, stepping outside and seeing things from a different perspective. It's almost as if you're aware of your own thought process. Like another term for that is metacognition, which actually expands your perspective tremendously whenever you can. Like, for instance, I'm working on another podcast about the history of the left-right political spectrum. And one of the things that the hope is for people to understand is how are they relating to politics and how are they recognizing how they're relating to politics. And so this particular thing that you're talking about is really interesting to me. And it seems to make sense physically what's happening in the brain, getting back to the neuroplasticity is, for those who aren't familiar with that term, it's the connections of, the different neurons in your brain making different connections. It's fundamentally almost rewiring your brain to a degree in a healthier pattern. Does that track for you, or how would you explain it?
Yes. Okay. I have about 50 things I want to say in response
49
to what you just said.
I'm
trying to keep them all straight.
Go.
Okay. Yes. So they open up that window of neuroplasticity. Another thing that many of these medicines do is they temporarily interrupt the default mode network. And a simple way to think of the default mode network is monkey mind.
Okay.
Like when your reaction, or default mode network, when your reaction to something is the same time after time.
Like when somebody's in a rut.
Yes,
and they
exactly.
They keep exhibiting the same type of behavior in a certain situation, no matter how much their friends say, hey, that's maybe harmful to you, and they just can't get out of it. Or they either they can't get out of it, or they don't see it and everybody else sees it but them.
It's almost like when that little circle's spinning on your computer screen and you're waiting for it to get to the next thing, but it just won't. It stays there. So they can interrupt like patterns of negative thought, of self-deprecation.
Oh, wow. Because that voice in your head, it can be very powerful.
Yes. And so that's when the neuroplasticity comes in, when you open that up a bit. And that's why I talk about integration therapy being so important.
Could you define integration therapy? Like, what is it? What do you mean by integration?
Okay.